It is overtime here again on Old Favorite Friday, discussing incredible classic beers. And I have a beer here that I cannot believe we have not featured before on Old Favorite Friday. We've been doing these videos for over 3 years, and we have not done Sam Adams Winter Lager. I've done Summer Ale, I've done many Sam Adams beers in the past because they still continue to be a fantastic brewery. But this seasonal beer, which is every single holiday mix pack, has been around since 1995, and it is a staple. So many people look forward to this beer returning every year. They classify this as a spiced wheat bock, so it's a lager, a dark lager that utilizes obviously ample amounts of wheat. It's also spiced, so it has a little bit of orange peel, ginger, and cinnamon. And the real thing to take away from this beer is when you hear about spiced beers, a lot of the time those spices might overwhelm everything, and especially around Christmas time. We have a lot of Christmas beers, spiced Christmas beers. We do one with 4 different spices in it. And the trick is always to let one of those spices, or let them have part of the flavor component of the beer without dominating it. And I think some people think of spiced beers and they don't even want to try them. They don't think that sounds appetizing in the first place. But this is a really good place to start if you're one of those people, because none of the spices here, none of the orange peel, none of those aspects overwhelm the fact, the fact that this is a really well-made, malt-driven, clean and refreshing beer. And those things all being put together is tough to do, because when you're malt driven, sometimes you can get syrupy, under attenuated, and you really have the malt dominate things. And then obviously you have the spice. Each one of them can be overdone. But here you have just a harmony of each one of those aspects coming together to create a crushable, drinkable beer in the winter months. Another thing people do usually in the winter months is they get a big hearty beer. You see a lot of imperial stouts. We do a Belgian dark strong ale for our Christmas beer. I love seeing more drinkable, sessionable beers around this time of year because, listen, we live in the age of climate control. My house is always around 73 degrees, right? We're not freezing cold and having to have something to warm us up. It's beer in the first place. It's cold, but I think we miss out on like the width and breadth of what we can do with beer in different seasons. And I love the fact that this winter lager kind of packs a punch, tons of flavor in there, but doesn't dominate, doesn't overwhelm you, and it leaves you clean and refreshed and wanting another sip. I mean, this is Sam Adams. They've been doing this for a very, very long time. They're one of the pioneers, the pioneer of craft beer in the United States. And I love the fact that they still do this beer and people still look forward to it. I got the holiday mix pack. I'll be honest with you, the first thing I was thinking was Old Fezziwig, which is one of my favorite beers of all time. It is a favorite for Old Favorite Friday, if you will. So like having Fezziwig in there, having this winter lager, it just makes it a no-brainer. That's 6 cans of incredible beer I can only get once a year, and I was able to pick it up. We're still, in January. There's still some of those 6-packs, or 6-packs, 12-packs, mixed packs lying around. I highly recommend, if you haven't picked up a winter lager in a while, go pick it up. It's really, really good. All the other beers in there are really nice. They actually have a cold brew coffee beer that turned out really nice this year as well. So I love when Sam Adams continues to do some new and innovative stuff, but then bring back the hits, bring back the classic beers, because I think more and more we're starting to realize how much we should appreciate these beers that have been around for a long time. It's what our bread and butter here is Old Favorite Friday, and we hope that that's why you guys are tuning in on a weekly basis. So thank you guys very much. Oh, I should also mention food pairings for this. I want a kind of a Chinese 5-spice duck for this. I think that the bock lends itself to those richer, gamier meats, dark meat like you get in the duck, and also this 5 spice is really going to accentuate the ginger, the cinnamon, the orange peel. I just think that's a match made in heaven. But you can also go with something like curry. You can go with anything that has that are highly spiced. I think it really lends itself to bring out the spices in this beer, and then you have the malt flavor of the winter lager to round those flavors out. So I think any one of those are going to do you really well if you're picking this beer up and trying to make a meal for it. But also please poke around on the channel here, find other videos about incredible beers maybe you love, maybe you haven't tried in a while, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.